Hello, everyone. Welcome to Thursday's TCTSY. This time is for you. Whatever you need or want, you are welcome to do effective action to support yourself here. So that might mean you choose another shape or another foundation, standing, seated, lying down. That might mean taking a break, walking away, closing your eyes. We have a lot of time where we are required to pay attention or to do specific things. So I always like to emphasize that you are free. Everything is welcome here. When you feel ready, you might start by perhaps noticing what it feels like to arrive here in this moment in your body. One way you might notice is perhaps to add some movement. Maybe noticing the muscles of your neck and shoulders. Maybe adding in movement in that area. Perhaps checking in with yourself. Maybe doing this for a few counts, perhaps 3 breaths or 3 counts. And we'll add some movement down the body in different areas of your body. So maybe for 3, for the neck area. Perhaps 2 more. And maybe 1 more. You're welcome to notice maybe your back body and how it feels down your spine. You might add movement if you'd like, maybe doing an arching or a rounding of the spine. You can move in sync with your breath if you'd like, inhales or exhales, or any other type of speed. You can, maybe if you find a place you'd like to pause and stay until you feel like you're done. So maybe again for the count of 3 or 3 breaths. Maybe 2 more. And maybe 1 more. You might notice your legs and your feet, with maybe doing some ankle circles or some movement, some fluttering of the feet, moving perhaps with your legs or feet, noticing where sensation might happen. So maybe doing that for the count of 3 or 3 breaths again, maybe for 3. Perhaps 2 more. And maybe 1 more. I'll offer a short breathing practice right now, and then I will offer a few sun breaths and salutations, and then a earth movement. So just letting you know what the general idea of where this practice is headed, this journey. So if there's any time you're not interested and unsure, completely optional to do your own favorite shape. Okay, so maybe 3 box breaths where we inhale for counting to 4, we hold it for 4, exhale for 4, and then hold for 4 or pause for 4 if you'd like to do a box breathing, and an opportunity to notice any impact it might have in your body or how you feel. And maybe you don't feel anything there is no impact, and that's just good information for you. There's no judgment that something's good or bad or should be one way or another. Really, none of that. Your experience is valuable, regardless of what that experience is. So maybe doing 4 counts of inhale, and then pausing for 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, pausing for 2, 3, 4. Inhale for 2, 3, and 4. Pause for 2, 3, and 4. Exhale for 2, 3, 4, and pause. And one more time, 3 and 4. And then inhale, 2, 3, 4. Pause for 2, 3, and 4. Exhale, 2, 3, and 4. And pause. 2, 3, and 4. So if you'd like, now feel free to move to a chair or to standing, or you're also welcome to move to the floor to lie down. You're welcome to do your own thing, but we might get started with an opening movement shape. If doing this, you might notice perhaps where you feel sensation. It could be between your back body, your shoulders, maybe looking for sensation. And then the next shape, maybe we move to an opening and then a forward fold. And then to chair, using that shape to then rise back up again from a forward fold, or to roll up. There is an invitation that while you're moving, just allow your mind, your attention to stay with the feeling, the sensation. And if you are moving in sync with your breath, you might notice many things at the same time. Maybe you're noticing your breath and expansion at the same time. Maybe you're opening up. So you're invited also to decide what muscles maybe need engagement and which ones could be released. So if they are clenched perhaps and don't need to be, can they be released? Maybe the muscles of the front body, lower body, it feels supportive to engage them or hug them in. And that's completely optional based on how you feel. So I'll offer maybe doing this 3 times, opening and then forward fold, and then chair, and then rising back up. Can also look like if standing, opening, forward fold from standing, chair, shape, and then rising back up. So maybe doing this 3 times. And you can sync your breath if you'd like, or if you'd like to choose one shape and pause and not go through all 3, you can do that as well. You can make the movements your own. So maybe for 3, if you'd like. Maybe 2 more. And if you'd like, maybe 1 more. And you're always welcome to continue. If you'd like, another option for movement would be to perhaps move to the hands and knees. You can, if you want, do a forward fold to make your way there. Walk your hands or feet out. If you're seated in a chair, the movements will include cat and cow in that stretch. So perhaps going towards the floor if you're on your hands and knees. If you choose to be on your hands and knees, you can. You can also decide what angle your fingers are pointed. If you want to have them straight out or to the side. You might notice what your shoulders are doing. Are they just as is? Do you want to add some energy by moving your shoulder blades closer together? Kind of like up and back and down. And you might notice your feet on the floor. If you're on the tops of your feet, if you want to add a bit more energetic. So you can push down into your feet against the floor. Another option is to be on your toes, have those bent under you. Maybe stretching your toes out, your feet out. So the earth rotation includes cat and cow plus child shape. And then if you want, you can also do an upside down bead. So doing cat, cow, then child shape, and then going into the upside down bead. And returning to your knees. And again, it's similar with a sun salutation. It's an invitation to follow the feeling as you're moving, follow that feeling through the different shapes. So this might look like an arching and a rounding here if you're seated, perhaps looking up with your shoulders back as you arch. And then perhaps your gaze goes down as you're rounding. And if you'd like to add more movement to a seated shape as you're rounding, you might round down, put your hands on the floor, and lift up into a forward fold. You're welcome to add to the movement in that way. There are other ways too that you can find a child shape, the moment of rest. So if you'd like to look for that, having that moment of neutrality, perhaps pausing in a neutral, if that's something you want. So maybe doing this for 3 times. Maybe one more. Now, if you'd like, you can take a moment. Well, I will offer a twist. So if you're on the floor, that could perhaps look like you're on your back body, and maybe you twist by opening your arms side to side, or you might be doing the number 4 stretch and twist to the side. Maybe for 4 counts or 4 breaths per side. The last 2 shapes were more movement, required more energy. So you're invited to notice this place of perhaps rest or perhaps stillness. You know, what you notice and what's really happening, what's real for you in this moment. So maybe for the count of 4 or 4 breaths. Maybe 3 more. Just 2 more. And maybe 1 more. Maybe the other side if you'd like, for 4. Maybe 3 more. Perhaps 2 more. And maybe 1 more. Surprise, last shape of the day is the number 4 stretch, if that's something you'd like to do. An invitation here to notice any sensation or feeling on the outside of your legs, or maybe in some other place in your body. So maybe doing this for the count of 4 or 4 breaths per side. Maybe for 4. Maybe 3 more. Perhaps 2 more. And maybe 1 more. And the other side if you'd like, perhaps for 4. Maybe 3 more. Perhaps 2 more. And if you'd like, 1 more. If you'd like to take any final movement, anything your body's wanting, maybe a full body stretch. As I'm showing here, you're welcome to. Could also maybe be windshield wipers, perhaps hugging in your legs. And then the last 3 minutes of our practice is for rest. And then we can come back at 4:44 to close out practice together. Okay, you're welcome to notice again how it feels to arrive here in this moment in your body. You all bring unique talent and perspective and unique light to this agency. So thank you for, volunteering yourself. Thank you for your time and for your trust and this opportunity to practice together. I hope to see you again.